What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another weekly outlook. This is my second weekly outlook that I've ever done. Last week I cut it into different pairs, so a video for the Aussie pairs, a video for the pound pairs. This week we'll just do one video, and then tomorrow we'll probably do some shorts on the 4-hour chart, maybe the 1-hour chart, and the weekly project. The long-term project, you can find that video from last week on the channel. We're up about 200 pips, I think. Maybe more than that. Maybe it's like 250. That's just in 1 week. We're trying to get over 15% for the year. And we're going to try to do a weekly analysis video for every week for a whole year. So that should be pretty fun. I don't think enough people take advantage of the weekly charts. But today we'll just do daily down. So... this is Aussie Chief. We got the oversold down here on the RSI. Got a nice daily candle there. Expecting some upside here, similar to this wave right here, down to the 4-hour. So you got this nice candle and a pullback. Now, there's always the chance that this could be a little flat here and we can make one more low. So just be careful if you're trying to trade this pair. Down to the 1-hour. Looks good there. The only problem is this is a tiny little flag here. Sometimes you could make a new high and then make the correction. So just, like I said, be careful. Here it does on the daily chart, kind of zoomed out. So we got some support here in this area. Be a good time for this pair to go up a little. And remember, if it goes up a little, it could turn around and then you'd have a huge trade. So if you're looking for those huge trades, you got to find out when the wave ends, and then you got to find a nice setup on the lower time frame. And then once you're in and you're up at least 1-to-1, set it to break even and see if it runs. Do that over time on a demo account. You'll learn how to trade pretty well. Ncdjpy. And it's bouncing off the daily 25 EMA here. If this wave is over, then we could see a new low here. 4-hour. Nothing yet to indicate that this is going to break down. What you could see is this wave here. Some sort of flat. It's always a possibility. Another thing to remember is if this wave right here is over, not only could you have a correction for downside, you could make a new high. Not seeing any setup right now though. Maybe on the 1-hour. Little flag here. Not sure if I would take that. I like the first flags. I like break, flag, go. Aussie NZD. I think the Aussie NZD and the Aussie USD are similar to the yen in a way. You don't know if this is going to break down. So let's look at this. You could have this flat. For upside. Or if this whole wave is over, then you could see more downside. This is like the yen pair. Could get that flat. Or you see a setup on the lower time frame. It's not there yet. This is actually a good buy setup, but we'll see how it goes. Aussie USD, 4 hour. So I was looking at this over the weekend. You could have 1, 2, 3 more downside, break this low, maybe even break this low, or this wave is over. You could come up for that same flat on the other Aussie pairs. So right now, kind of inconclusive. If it breaks this structure area going up, you may have a small trade. And then if you can get that, maybe you get this. What if you can get that flat? It's always a possibility for a bigger up move. Or like I said, maybe just this one. Then more downside. Right now, I'd be looking a little bit more to the upside right now, but don't forget, there's always a chance on these trades that you can get one more low. Even if you were right about the trade going up, you could get one more low before that happens. Or maybe this thing just drops. You never know. Like I said, that comes from experience. Ncdjpy. So you have this correction here. You have an impulse and another smaller correction. Right now, I'd be looking at upside here, at least to this area. Around here, come up like that. Then decide if it's going to come back, go up, or break down. Don't see any setup right now. This is the setup. That's the buy right here, that little flag. CAD Chief. It's a big breakdown here. 1, 2, 3. Daily engulfing, similar to that Aussie Chief engulfing candle. So I'd be looking at this, either a little bit bigger correction here, a correction back up to this area, maybe even a new high. But if we look at the 4 hour, this could be a flat 1, 2, 3. If it gets to this area, or this can always just break down from the EMA. No setup right now, either way. Well, you have an engulfing candle here. If it breaks down past this structure right here, and maybe the EMA then makes a small flag, that might be your sell setup. Nothing right now though, I don't think. Or that I would take. Euro Aussie. This is over. You could see a breakdown there. Or come back to the trend line. Another possibility is you get this flat. For upside. Or even more. Maybe you get this flat. 1, 2, 3, go. If this is over, this is a huge trade coming all the way down. You're not getting any indication of that right now, unless this is wave 1, 2, and then you're going to go. But you could still have that flat. You can have this flat. Just because it could come down, that doesn't mean you're going to see that trade, the one that would break this low. So we'll see. You might not get any of those flats. You might just get this upside. We'll see. Good pair to watch this week. Put this on the list. If this can come up here and then you could see a little bit of a breakdown, it'd be a good move to sell. Put it to break even here. See if it runs. If it breaks out of here, makes a flag, there's your buy. Okay, we got a daily flag here forming on Eurocad for possible upside. So, what's it look like on the bigger picture? A lot of divergence here on the RSI. You could see a bigger correction here. Or finish this wave. Flat for downside. So if this wave is not over, this could be your correction. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. So at the very least, even if it doesn't go for the bigger correction, you can get this trade and then see what happens in this area. I looked at this pair a little while ago. I didn't see anything. Here's your 4-hour chart. Let's go down to the 15-minute. You got a little bit of an impulse here. If they can break this, make a correction, that might be your buy. We'll see. Add this to your watch list. Euro Chief. Another breakdown like those other chief pairs. Could make a new low here, break this low. Or if this is a correction of this wave, you could see another up move. Nothing here really. Down to the 1 hour. Got a little bit of a correction down here. If it breaks this and then breaks this, that might be, you can find something for a short-term buy. Then figure out what you want to do. If you think it's gonna go back up here or just a bigger correction around this area. Either way, it's still a good trade. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna trade other pairs. Ncdjpy. Interesting trade. We're going to get a flat. It's a nice daily candle. Pull it back about 50%. See what it looks like on the 4 hour. There's your correction. Now this correction can just keep on up, going up, break this top, or if you got a trade set up on the 1 hour, you might be able to see some downside here. Nothing yet, but these Euro pairs are really interesting this week. This is your buy if you want to buy, but that's over. I wouldn't buy this. But if you were looking for downside and it breaks down, makes a flag and goes, that could be a big trade because you might not just get this flat. Maybe it keeps going. Look, on the daily, you have a lot of room Trading is real slow right now. I'm in on this pair on the weekly chart on a demo account. That's part of that weekly chart project I was talking about. I think I took the first position off right here for about 100 pips. Now it's pulled back a little. I'd like to see more upside, but you could get a pullback here. If you got down to this area right here, I don't know what these lines are. So you could get 1, 2, 3 upside, or if this wave is the last part, this could be big downside. You just never know. I don't see a trade set up for either a sell or a buy right now. On a bigger picture, this could be a flat. 1, 2, 3, down. I'm hoping this is a bigger correction for upside, or even a bigger upside move. That's why I took that trade on the weekly. Nothing here right now. Euro USD, my favorite pair. This is what I trade during the week, especially if I'm scalping lower time frames. But an impulse correction. I don't think this broke the low, so you could definitely get a breakdown here. Just not sure. This is kind of like the Aussie USD pair. You might get this flat. Come up here, down. We'll see. I'll keep you updated on this pair during the week. It's the one I watch the most. Pound Aussie. Daily engulfing candle. This could be a sell here. It's a nice correction. 4 hour. No sells, nothing. I'm not going to sell that right there. I don't trade this pair anyway. This pair has given me problems in the past. I try to stay away from it. It's broken a lot of this structure right here, but you could definitely, it can make a new high. There's no reason why I can't. But like I said on the daily, correction could be over. You never know. Pound CAD. We got a daily impulse and a correction. I'd love to see this break up. Oversold here. You had divergence. Yeah, definitely could get a bigger correction. But let's look at the 4 hour. Remember what I said earlier. You always got to watch this. What looks like a correction could be a 1, 2, down. So just be careful with these pound pairs especially. Pound chief. Big corrective looking wave. Got some support down here around this area. It's like the Aussie Chief and the NCD Chief. They have that big corrective waves. Question is it just going to drop like a stone now and take out this low? Or is it actually going to go back up and maybe even make a bigger three-wave structure? 1, 2, 3. I don't see anything here yet, but it is oversold and you're getting some divergence on the 4 hour. Take it easy with this pound chief pair especially. I don't see anything here, but keep an eye on it if you want to trade one of the chief pairs, one of the pound pairs. You might get a up move on the 4 hour. Pound yen. I don't know about this. It's like the euro yen. You're getting that down move in the correction, which could end up being a break the top. I wouldn't mess with this pair right now. These yen pairs have been finicky lately for the last month. Pound NZD. We've broken this structure. Made a 3-wave correction. Made a daily engulfing candle. Let's see if this wave breaks down. Come down to this area and then go back up. Or if this is a correction for downside, you got impulse 1, 2, 3 down. That's what I'd be looking for on this pair. Pound USD. Similar to Euro USD lately, but you got a impulsive daily wave and a little correction here. Let's see if it breaks. I'd like to see a bigger correction on this pair now. This is another one of those daily pairs that have oversold and divergence on the RSI. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, up, break the top. Or 1, 1, 2, 3, down. If it does get back down here, it can always just make a new low, remember. This is an interesting pair. I've been watching this pair more lately. I usually pay attention to the Aussie USD and the Euro USD the most, but this one's been interesting lately, so I'm gonna keep my eye on it this week. Ncdcad. This is a daily flat for downside. It's broken down on the daily, pulled back to the EMA, bounced off that. Looked like it on the 4 hour. Impulse, correction. Let's see if this breaks down. If not, another wave. 1, 2, 3, then breakdown. I'm not interested in any buys right now on this. Ncdjpy. Similar to those other JPY pairs. 1, 2, 3, upside, or 1, 2, 3, flat or more downside. Right now you got that same daily down move and a pullback that could end up breaking the top or come down here, here, here. Good pair to watch, but I usually trade the Aussie JPY, not this pair. Ncdcad. This is another pair I have open on the weekly. Got this nice daily engulfing, just like that Aussie chief. Let's see if we get a flag here or a bigger correction. 1 hour. There's that same little correction like the Aussie pair. If it breaks this top, like I said, I probably won't take this one. I'll take the Aussie, but if you're looking for this, to trade this pair, then remember though, here's another possibility. 1, 2, 3, downside. Be careful. Ncdusd. Another cool major pair. Similar to that Aussie USD pair. You don't know if this is going to make a new low, then go up, make this flat, or come back up, make this flat. Or if this wave is over, doesn't have to be a flat. This can just be a bigger correction, similar to this. Never know. Nice resistance and support area right here. Keep an eye on this pair and the Aussie pair. USDCHad. Big impulsive wave correction. I'd be looking for upside here, but if this correction, this has broken the top, I think, and got rejected. If this is over, what about this trade? All the way down and even further. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. Although this, I would expect something like this. 1, 2, 3. I'd like to, if I was going to sell this pair, I'd like to sell it from up here, not here. This looks kind of funny. You could get this, then more upside. It'd have to be a really good trade on the lower time frame for me to take it in here. But you do have this 1, 2. Nice 3-wave move for upside. Looking for downside. There's your correction. I'd love to hear your biases in the comment section on this pair. Let's skip USD Chief. USDJPY is probably similar to those other pairs, although you've broken the top on this one. So we'll see if it wants to push up or push down, make this flat, or another correction like this or bigger. That's what I'd be looking for. I'm not going to trade this pair. It's been, like I said, pretty finicky over the last month, so stick to the other ones. US oil. 3-wave correction. 1, 2, 3. Or extended wave. 1, 2. Bigger correction. I'd really like to see a bigger correction. Maybe oil prices will go down a little. 4 hour. If you could get a short here, here's a nice pullback. If you could get a short, that'd be nice. If it breaks out, makes a flag, that's always another possibility. Then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 3. That's always a possibility to 2. Watch this. If you like trading this, you could get downside or upside, similar to that CAD pair. So similar to that USDCAD. If this breaks down, corrects, it'd be a good sell. I don't see a good buy right now. Silver. If you could get this 1, 2, 3, then you got a sell set up on the lower time frame. That'd be a good sell. Right now, 1, 2, come back up. Nothing really here right now. Gold. Same one. I'm not going to do anything with this. It's ugly. 4 hour. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's your trade. You might get a buy set up here. Like I said. 1, 2, 3. We'll see if it happens. Chief JPY. Similar to those other JPY pairs. Stay away from this. Pick something else. Although it is really extended, it's oversold. You got a daily engulfing candle. If this breaks this low, that might be a good sell. Maybe you get this trade. All right, that was a long one. I really appreciate you guys hanging in here with me. Comment Tell me what you want to see during the week, what pairs you want me to go into in more detail during the week, what shorts you want me to make. Tune in for the weekly video tomorrow on Monday. And I'll try to do some, like I said, 4-hour shorts. Maybe I'll do some live streams on the 1-hour chart, maybe a couple times. See if we can find some 1-hour setups. All right. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you got something out of this. Later.